Good evening everybody, welcome back to a Chart Nerd technical analysis video. Today we will be discussing Telcoin, the ticker is TEL against USDT on the weekly time frame. I will also look at the monthly today and show you guys a quick breakdown. Now in my previous update for TEL, I was talking about this multi-year ascending support level and how important it is, and in fact I think it is one of, if not the most important ascending trend lines in the whole of crypto right now. You know, I think I'm a little bit biased with that, but I think this is an absolutely amazing trend line that it's been holding for the past few years. Now look, you can see from back here in 2019, and then we came back for a touch point in 2020, put in a higher low, something very similarly to what we've done here, where we came back for another touch point in 2023, came up, come back for another higher low before going off, and then just like we did here. Okay, so this is something I wanted to point out, a little bit different from the last video. What you'll notice, as I've said, is in the previous bear market, we had these 2 points of contact on this trend line. Very similarly now to the end of this bear market, okay, we've had 2 points of contact on this trend line. What happened after? So from the first one, came up and then came back down to the second, okay? So we've had the first one and then came up and back down to the second. And then we came up to another high before putting in a final dip down. Right now we've come up into another high and are in this final dip down. Now, previously, just something to point out there, guys. Previously, we didn't actually come back to the support line for support. So is Telcoin looking to bottom out somewhere around here right now? Potentially. And all we've done is got this sort of large A, B, C correction back down to a higher low, and off she goes. It's a chance. There is a chance for that. And I just wanted to point out, again, history doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme. And you can see we did have two lows here. Two lows, came back for a final sort of touch point along the trend line, close to it, and then broke out. We've had two lows here, came up, one more final touch point near the trend line or on the trend line, and off we go. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. And equally, what we've also got here is bullish structure from these two base touch points, right? Because what this is was the first low back here in October. So we got that low, then we came up to this high, which was equally tied up with this this sort of resistance here that we had back in 2022 into 23. Okay, so we had this low off this touch point, multi-year ascending support into resistance. At this point, we came back for a higher low, again for a second touch point on this multi-year ascending support, before again going off and putting in another high. So right now you've got a low, you've got a high, you've got a higher low, and you've got a higher high. All we need to do is in this correction, in this ABC correction, is see a higher low, and we still remain in bullish structure. Everyone had every right basically to get excited once we started taking out this level, right? And it looked like we was going to hold it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but we came up and we put a lower high in. So we had this high that we put in first, came back for support, bounced up, put in a lower high, and then we've come back in this large C wave. So right now we're just trying to find the bottom of this C wave, I think. But yeah, everyone had every right to get excited, because if you think about it really and truly, ever since we lost, I'm just going to get a large sort of accumulation box on here. Ever since we lost this support that we was holding, so you can see here on this touch point back in April 2021, before we put in the last sort of blow off top, this was a support level right here. We came up, we came back down to this support level, but came up and put lower highs in over the course of this downtrend. And then eventually we lost this support level. And all that's happened right now is we've been in this sort of accumulation range. We've ran back up to this previous support and met it as resistance. But everyone had every right to get excited. Now I say that because we also had a key level of resistance right here that we actually broke out of. And it looked like Telcoin was just going to shoot off at this point. But again, you know, what goes down must come up, and we do work in waveforms. We just, all that's happened is, and this isn't anything out of the unordinary, this is completely normal in fact. All we've done is, as I said, run back up into a previous level of support that we was holding, and we've met it as resistance. So in fact, it's perfect. We had this breakdown. We've been accumulating for a couple of years. We've fallen back for a double touch point on multi-year ascending support in this accumulation range, very similarly to as we did back here, as I was saying. Okay, we had this sort of accumulation range back here for a couple of years. We had two touch points as well, and now all we've done is come up to resistance, very much so like this came up to resistance. Okay, we came up to resistance here on the third point, and then came back for the final correction before exploding. We've done exactly the same. We're coming up to the final touch point of resistance, back on this previous level of support, met it as resistance, and we're coming back for that final wave, I think, before exploding. It can't be that simple, can it, guys? Really and truly. But it's so symmetrical in so many ways. It really is. What I wanted to show you particularly is a bit more of an easier way to look at this sort of breakdown. Let me just get these circles off. just to make it a bit clearer. So the monthly is sort of giving it away for me with these candle closes and lower highs. And we also had this level of support right here, which was this previous high. So on our first touch point on this multi-year ascending support line, we came up to this level of resistance, came back for the high low, broke out. We held that previous resistance as support. This resistance, we broke the resistance, we held it as support for a few months, and now we've broken down. Okay, we've lost this, I would say this is a descending triangle. Right here, we've just got a descending triangle over the last couple of months, and we're just breaking down back to a key level of support again before the continuation. Just like we had here in this sort of last few months wave, last few months down before sort of melting out of here. I really think it's the case. Again, not financial advice, but again, to get this target, all you have to do is go from the candle closes back down to the support line, and you'll notice that when you lose support, look where it brings you down to. Okay, we've lost support right now. We're in this candle. I think this month, some point this month, Telcoin potentially finds its low along this ascending trend line one more time before exploding. So I just wanted to point those few things out to you guys. Just before I go as well, a lot of people always ask me, well, what's my bull run targets and for certain projects? Well, if Telcoin can hold this low of December of 23, for me, retracing back to the all-time high, if she's got the legs, and I really do potentially think she does, I think she could get up to around 20 cents. A 20-cent Telcoin, a 1272 target. I think she has the potential to do that, because when she moves, both ways. You can see when she comes down just as hard. You know, I think 20 cent is probably not a conservative target. I think that's maximum potential in my eyes, I think, for this cycle. And we do have key levels of resistance above us that we need to see Telcoin break above. And I think this is where we're trying to work towards, right? So we've got this low, you've got a high, a higher low, a higher high. Right now we just need a higher low again. And we're just sort of working our way up in this bullish structure, looking to retrace to these points of contact that you can see was support back here. Under this descending triangle that we had here. It was also a sort of level of resistance, the 0618 at 0.0074. So these are levels I think Telcoin is trying to get to. So do expect Telcoin probably in the next few months, potentially, you know, if we do lowball out along this trend line that we keep talking about, potentially to come up to 0.0074. Short to midterm, I would like to think. Okay, and that is a rough 280% towards 527% move. But yeah, guys, that's my update today. I hope you enjoyed the content from Chart Nerd TA. Take care and peace out.